So I already know that the title probably triggered you, but we're gonna have to talk about this. Freestyle chess or normal chess? But I already know there's some people that's like, bro, why are you even arguing about this? Why can't two legends not coexist? Why can't we be on our J code? Why can't we not be peaceful? Well, we actually can. I think that is the right option for like freestyle chess to be intertwined with normal chess. And it brings a lot more creativity into the game. Let me show you this game right quick. And it was from the freestyle chess tournament, the freestyle goat chess tournament. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I don't know. Let's get into it right quick though. All right. So so we got this game here. The black pieces is Fabiano Caruana against Levana Ronia. And this game went ballistic. It went so crazy. And this is the only game that we're going to be going over. We're going to be going over exactly what we can learn from this game too about freestyle chess and about chess in general. It gives us a lot more ideas. Let's continue. We already got the weird pieces, right? We got the kings on the e file, which is cool. We got the rooks near the king, which is something. And then we got the bishops on g8 and a bishop on d8. We got a weird structure. Let's figure out how the players continue on with their opening. So we got this move, knight to g3, which we already know that our knights shouldn't be on the edge of the board. And not only that, but our knights should not be in the corners of the board. So why not get the knight off the corner of the board immediately? But weirdly enough, Fabiano took a different route. Instead of getting the knight out the corner, let's get this bishop activated, immediately attacking this pawn on a2. And after f6, c4, pushing out the pawn, getting their bishop activated, and controlling one of the center squares, we got this next move, d5, b4, and then b6, and let's continue on, bishop d4, and knight d6. Weirdest structure ever. Even right here alone is one of the weirdest structures that I have ever seen in my life. Let's talk about it. First of all, we got this it got the structure. I don't know what animal I have in mind of what the structure looks like, but it has to look like something to somebody's eyes. Maybe like two eyes right here and something on their forehead. I don't know, like Vegeta. I don't get it. But we got this structure right here. These pawn moves actually do make sense because you want to get the queen out, obviously. And this d5 pawn somewhat doesn't make sense, but it kind of does because you're solidifying that your opponent cannot go to two of these squares right here. And this knight move makes sense because you want this knight to be able to hop around somewhere and get out the back of the rank. And once we get this bishop out, we can officially castle. So Fabiano took the chance to fianchetto his queen with this move b6. And Lavanaronian decided to develop the bishop off the back rank and put it on the d4 square, having the battery along this diagonal. Of course, this diagonal doesn't mean much right now because of this move f6, but it could mean something in the future. This bishop d4 move avoids the opponent from ever doing the move e5 at this present moment. And so let's continue on with this game. We got this move e3, and instead of just having the queen on a1 for no reason, now we have a battery. We can even put this bishop back to the b2 square. After bishop to e6, bishop check, knight check, and then some people didn't realize this, but the king can castle. And so now this is becoming more of a normal position. The only thing that's not normal about black's position is this bishop on d8. Bishop looking like a pawn, and I don't know how black wants to develop that bishop, but it brings more creativity into the game. After castling, d3, bishop d7, so that's one instance of Fabiano Caruana wanted to develop the bishop on the e7 square, maybe doing the move e5 pretty soon. And then we got castle kingside. It's almost normal, but not exactly yet. No opening theory though, so for all the people that hate opening theory in the chat right now, congratulations. You can actually have a lot of creativity because this position would have never arose if they didn't set up the pieces exactly how they set it up. This knight b3 move looks good. And tell me in the comments right now which side that you like more. Do you like the black side or the white side? I would actually take the white side because their pieces look more normal than the black side. This bishop on d8 looks kind of stupid. But the computer standard, they're actually saying black is a little bit better, weirdly enough. And that's why I don't be trusting computers like that. AI is stupid. Just remember that. AI is stupid until, man, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't say that because it's going to be on some Detroit Become Human crap, and then they're going to like come after my head, and I'm going to be like, I'm going to be on my iRobot crap. But anyway, rook to c8. After rook to c8, the main idea, push this pawn up to c5, get some more space. After c5, take takes, bishop goes back, and then now the bishop goes to b6. This bishop going to b6 makes a lot of sense, even if it doesn't make sense to the computer. The bishop is going to b6 to indirectly attack this king, because why not have the bishop on the same diagonal as the opponent's king, and now they're going to have to be careful. After this move c4, it pretty much punched this pawn from ever pushing up so that the bishop would be attacking this pawn and eventually attacking this king. I get the idea. The computer doesn't like it, but who cares? We got this move c4, bishop to c6. Now, if this capture ever happens, or if this capture ever happens, we're going to recapture with the bishop. We're going to get our queen in the center and have a way better position. And eventually, maybe we can get like a position like this, maybe. I'm thinking. And then eventually push this pawn up. And that's exactly what Family Caruana was thinking about. Levon Aronian didn't want that. I'm pretty sure. So instead of capturing the bishop, he decided to do this move e4 to control the center and keep that bishop at bay, you know? Even though their position is actually looking a bit sketchy, and this is when the fireworks kind of burst out into the seams. We have this move c4. c4, attacking this king. That bishop comes to light. That bishop immediately shows why it is at b6. The king has to move over, and then we got this move bishop to b7. And yeah, this pawn is very important to the black side here. And you don't want black to have their way, so why not just do e5 and attack the center? Worst move of the position, but I digress. Let's keep on going. After e5, c takes, knight e4. It's not the worst move of the position. Wait a minute. Okay. And then we have this move c4, attacking the king. And the king has to move over after this. That discovered attack was amazing. Well, discovered check means the same thing. I know some people are going to be arguing with me like, well, a discovered attack is when you uncover a piece in front of the attacking piece that is attacking something else. And a discovered check is when you uncover the piece and attack the king. It's clearly different, H1. I digress. Come on, let's just get into it. After king H1, bishop B7, E5. The computer is saying that it's an inaccurate move, but you know, let's just keep on going. After C takes on D3, knight takes knight D4, and then we're taking that pawn, and everything is back equal because this is freestyle chess. This is exactly how it's supposed to be. And so after this move, knight to C4, it's gonna get wild. It's gonna get crazy. There's a lot of pieces attacking other pieces. There's this, there's that. There's this queen not doing much, but the queen and bishop is exactly the same. There's this tension going on here. There's this move that can happen. Maybe they want to sacrifice a knight for 2 pawns. I don't know. I digress. You know what I mean? There's this move that can happen eventually. Maybe you want to get the rooks in a center. I don't know. But we have this move knight to e6. After knight to e6, bishop takes on f3. The computer wanted this move knight to d2, which is like forking both of these rooks. Looks very spectacular, but if you look at the time control, they only had 2 minutes left, both of them. Well, Family Caruana had 3 minutes, and Levon Aronian had 2 minutes. Maybe he didn't see that move, and let's just go ahead and see what happens after we continue along with knight takes on f1, knight takes on f3, b takes on f3, and bishop takes on f3, rook takes, queen takes, and yeah, that is checkmate. So after the knight captures on f3, they cannot capture back the knight, and so they would have to put the knight back to like a good square. There's so many crazy moves that can happen here, but let's get back into the game right quick. After knight to e6, bishop takes, rook takes, knight d2 now, and then we have this move rook to d3. After rook to d3, capture that rook, queen captures, and then Family Caruana saved his rook. So Levon Aronian is down in exchange. Now black is winning, and Levon Aronian kind of felt the feeling of losing, of eventually losing this game, because this was the final game until Levon Aronian got eliminated. And so after rook to e8, capture, and then we got this attack that's going on here. And this attack looks menacing for a beginner. But to Fabiano Caruana, he decided to continue on with this game with this move, rook to e2. Threatening checkmate in one. Big threat. What is supposed to happen next? Rook g3, king e7. Very powerful move. Moving the king again is super powerful, because this was the main threat. This check eventually, and maybe this check eventually, and maybe this check. There is a lot of checks, and so Fabiano Caruana found the best move, which was king to e7. Just go there. a4, double up the rooks on the second rank. Beautiful. Queen d1, rook takes on b2, knight goes to g8, knight to f3, king e7, move the king a little bit, and then we have this check, we have this check, and then we have this check, and white decided to resign. Why did he decide to resign? Can't white just continue on with the game with f5? Well, yeah, the game can continue with f5, but I'm guessing black has moves like bishop to f2, bishop to c5, knight to e5. There's a lot of moves that black can do, and the king is perfectly safe. There's like one check that white can do, so it is a little bit sketchy. Let's just continue on with the game. Bishop f2, the computer is claiming that there's checkmate in 32, which is crazy enough. Queen a3, bishop c5, what, the queen can't just capture this? Rook h1, king g4, knight to h6, king f3, king f3, queen takes on f5. Yeah, this is ugly. Too much for Levon Aronian, and that's why he resigned, and he only had 3 seconds left on the clock. He was not gonna, maybe he should have played on, maybe he should have played on, but this was just losing. Look at this position. This would have happened eventually, and that's why Levon Aronian decided to resign at this moment, right here. I mean, even doing like rook g4 to defend just falls for knight to h6. Ugly stuff. There is still this, yeah, I don't know. Crazy game that you would have never gotten if it was normal chess. Especially not out of that opening. So tell me which side you're on. I don't know. It could be either. Because I heard Gotham Chess side, he's saying that maybe like freestyle chess should be more in classical chess instead of us playing normal chess in classical chess, because they already know the first 20 moves of the game, so why do they even play, why do they even need that much time anymore? They should just be playing rapid instead. I don't know what the consensus is. Y'all tell me what y'all like.